let's dive into some rippling reviews. When HR makes an impact, that's the rippling effect. Experience the rippling effect. Okay. So one thing you'll notice right away, 2,401 reviews. We're on this G2 site. I really like G2 because these are all confirmed reviews, right? We know that everyone who's leaving a review is a user of the platform. Okay. So when you dive deeper into these reviews, one of the things you see that's very interesting is a majority, an overwhelming majority of their reviews are 5-star. 2,239 out of 2,401 reviews. Suspiciously high, right? I mean, they must be doing something really great over at Rippling. 4.8 out of 5 stars, one of the highest that we've seen. Okay, see some pros and cons here. Ease of use really stands out as a pro. The cons, kind of a low smattering, but poor customer support, missing features, learning curve, etc. So let's dive in. What we always do in these reviews, we start low, work our way up. We'll start with a 0-star review. Would not recommend. This is Kylie. She has 50 or fewer employees. She wrote an honest review on the Better Business Bureau website, and it's now missing. So I think it's pretty interesting. They are A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. Several points that made Rippling not a good fit for her business. They tried to end their relationship with Rippling and leave, and it looked like Rippling really had some tactics to delay their request to end that relationship. So it lasted about 4 months, and it made it difficult for them to get out of that relationship. They talk about being paid late. They've been paid up to 3 days late. It's difficult for them to get a hold of someone. They always talk to a bot via chat. And if you have a legitimate question, it cannot be resolved on the chat. You have to schedule Zoom links to chat with anyone, which can be a hardship if you don't have the luxury of always being in one place at one time. They did not get consistent answers from their reps, found some glitches in their system that allowed their employee to go over 100 hours negative with PTO. Man, it sounds like someone took a lot of time off. But anyways, here's one that stood out. I don't feel comfortable with their transparency. Last week, I wrote a negative Better Business Bureau, more detailed review. They highlighted their full experience. There were 10 negative reviews there at the time. She added hers, and they didn't see them when they went back. All negative reviews were removed. So I'm not sure how that happens, but this is someone who said that that was their experience. Recent review here in April. Okay, so now we're going to go to a 1-star review. This is Karen with a C. Over 50 employees in her business. Falls short of expectations for anything beyond the basics. They like the payroll. Time card is easy. Valuable reporting. They like the AI. When you talk with an agent in the chat, it's helpful. Talk about a application called Mineral, but the integration isn't very helpful. What did they dislike? Too many customer service reps to count. All of them are focused on selling. Implementation was a nightmare. They had to do it twice. When you launch it, it takes weeks for the time off to accrue correctly. You have to manually catch what's wrong. The reduced full-time employee features are poor throughout and disconnected. Managers can't see time off balance in the time off request module, so they have to go to a separate section. Any semi-complicated reports cost extra. Any automation or notifications cost extra. Employees don't have access to the support chat unless you hack it. So they're hacking the chat. Errors take weeks to fix. Their task list in your dashboard is often showing random tasks that are not applicable to you and require investigation. Rippling was supposed to solve merging their entities under one view, but it has fallen short of those expectations. Okay, let's go to a 2-star review. Exasperating from an employee perspective. What do they like? It's really streamlined. Everything's in one place. They feel like there's not really any support for employees. So it's a verified user in computer software with less than 50 employees. They're saying there's no support for employees. They can't talk directly to Rippling. It routes back to their single HR rep for the startup. Their benefits plan, they don't like it. They don't understand any better than we do the difference between PPO and POS health plans. Moreover, their provider just went out of network, and their medical foundation in their state, so they can't even use the medical provider that they had been using. So what problems has it been solving? It's their benefits admin, their PEO, really unifying HR processes. Sounds like they had a worse PEO before, so even though they're not happy with the current PEO, it's better than they had before, okay? So here's a 3-star review. Great product, but beware their client services is not great. They like the integration of the different HR benefits, payroll, PTO applications. The platform really performs seamlessly. But what they don't like is the lack of committed client service or customer support. So if you have any problems, all communication is done via emails. They have this AI chat feature. It only helps you by resourcing their FAQ web articles. Each client is assigned an account manager. AM is not under any obligation to address or assist you with any issues you may have. In fact, they tend to forward your emails to support. There's no follow-up or follow-through. To submit an issue, you have to submit a case. Your case is assigned to any support member that has access to your case, so you may not get the same person. Even if you do, most likely they will reference their FAQ or web articles. Since onboarding with Rippling, this person has had issues with 401k. It took over 4 months before that was resolved. There's really lack of follow through with the assigned integration rep. So, obviously this person's having a bad experience with customer support. As long as you do not need to speak with anyone in Rippling and you don't mind subpar client support, this is the right system for your company. I'm going to go into two 4-star reviews here. So the implementation is a nightmare. The UI and reporting are more user-friendly than ADP. So these folks must have come from ADP into Rippling. Post-implementation support has been very helpful so far. A lot of useful integrations to other applications. So we hear that the technology really works well with other apps. So this is a verified user with under 50 employees. They're saying that implementation teams were non-responsive, especially for their tax import and 401k implementation teams. Sort of second time we've heard this around 401k specifically. The worst part is we don't even know why we can't resolve the issues. Every week they just promise the issue will be resolved. It's been a few weeks and they're still not resolved. They only support basic features and rules. For example, they can't set their pay schedule based on number of business days. So what problems is solving? It's supposed to let users manage the HRIS and other business applications provisioning under a single roof. Once everything's set up, onboarding and people management will be more streamlined. Here's another 4-star review from a multi-year user. This is Chad with under 50 employees. They like that Rippling integrations were easy, so sort of opposite of what we just heard, that the integration was tough. But they have them with their with Guideline for 401k and Harvest for timekeeping with their hourly 1099 folks. Benefits are comprehensive and they provide good coverage to the employees. But again, you see this, that the support can be a bit slow sometimes. And it's the more costly side of PEOs, especially if you don't use all the bells and whistles, okay? But to help them solve these problems, it's consolidating payroll and other HR functions into one spot, which makes things easier, okay? Here's a 5-star review. Efficient and user-friendly payroll solution. The interface is very easy to navigate. Even though I was not tech savvy, I was able to use it with ease. Also, all the recurring tasks require manual intervention, because of which there are less errors. It also integrates our accounting software. There's no need for us to enter any data or do any reconciliations. Been able to customize the reports from Rippling, which really helped them reporting with MIS. Customer support is very good. What do they dislike? Pricing on the higher side. Small businesses might not be able to afford them, but the features offered by Rippling definitely negates the disadvantage, okay, of the pricing. So they used to spend a lot of time on payroll. Data was prone to errors. There was a lot of manual intervention. Rippling really has taken care of that, and their time is spent on other value-added stuff, right? That's the goal of working with a PEO, is that you're going to offboard a lot of the challenging HR-related tasks, and you're going to be able to focus really on your value added issues. All right, now I would be remiss if I didn't tell you and bring you to this review. Okay, recent review, June 11th. Because at the beginning of this, I talked about the 4.8 out of 5-star rating, almost 2,500 reviews, a majority, over 2,000 of them being 5-star. Okay, here is something that really stood out when I was reading these reviews. Okay, this reviewer says that their review was written under the guise that a gift card would be received. Okay, so apparently this PEO, Rippling, sent an email out to their customers that if you go on G2 and write a review, you would receive a gift card. Okay, this person probably gave them a lower review because the communication did not note it would only be given to select reviewers. That should be communicated to reviewers. They dislike their marketing practices, misinforming customers to get reviews. Work on being more transparent. Besides this, I do like the actual software itself. I think the point of bringing this review up is, you know, they're a 4.8 out of 5-star. They have over 2,000 reviews on this website, but they're driving reviews to this website, according to this reviewer, via gift card handouts, right? So one thing to keep in mind, all right? Getting back to it, Rippling, experience the Rippling effect, 2,400 reviews, 4.8 out of 5 stars, 2,239 5-star reviews.